Hello everybody, my name is Ben, and thanks again for watching Apollo 1. Today, I'm doing another review, Grand Comic-Con Volume 2. So today, I'm doing a review on Grand Comic-Con Volume 2. Grand Comic-Con is a comic book convention in Grand Island, Nebraska. It's probably about the closest to the center of the state as you can get. 2019 was its second year in operation. I am doing a review specifically on its second year. What did I see? I saw a lot of vendors, artists, special interest groups, the typical kind of storefronts that would have the same thing that gaming shops would have, booths for comic book creators, and creators of many kinds including authors, sculptors, and painters. I bought some stuff, mostly because I found a guy with lots of Firefly stuff. There were a lot of people there too. There were a lot of cosplayers, and there were a lot of cosplay groups, like Klingon Assault Group and the Ghostbusters of Nebraska. The event technically lasted 3 days. Saturday and Sunday were held at the Aurora Co-op building at Fauner Park in Grand Island. They did have an opening ceremony on Friday where they showed Flash Gordon for everybody at the Grand Theater. I didn't attend. I was there as a member of the IKV Heart of Honor, a ship in the Klingon Assault Group. I did, however, have enough time to get around and see all the attractions. Now, how would I rate the convention? My first category is usually how I decide which conventions I go to, the guests. Typically, the guest list is a roster of celebrities that are available to sign autographs. The guest list at Grand Comic-Con was small. The most notable people, most notably for me anyway, were comic book artists Phil Hester, most known for his work on Green Arrow, and Bob Hall, the man responsible for the West Coast Avengers. I'm not downplaying any of the rest of the guests, but those were pretty well the headliners. Now, I don't want it to sound like a complaint, because I'm a big fan of both Mr. Hester and Mr. Hall, but I don't feel like they're terribly well known among the general population of pseudo-nerds. In that respect, my conclusion is that it's a young con, and after time, the list of celebs will grow. The second thing I look at for a convention is the showroom. The showroom was the attraction at Grand Comic-Con. Now, like I said before, there were plenty of things to see, and there were plenty of booths, and there was something for everyone. My one criticism is that I felt like Grand Comic-Con was the showroom floor. I'm actually more likely to consider it an expo rather than a comic book convention. But again, it's a young con, and it will grow. Next on the list, panels. There really weren't any panels at this con. At some of the larger cons, there will be rooms for celebrities and fans, and special interest groups can set up and answer questions about whatever they're interested in. Klingons will do Klingon Jeopardy, writers will talk about the history of strong female characters, celebrities and actors will talk about working on the set. The only thing at Grand Comic-Con that could really be considered a panel was a costume contest on the last day. Now, my conclusion for the con as far as panels go, once again, it's a young con. It was only its second year, and I really hope to see this part of the convention grow. Part of the difficulty with this, I think, could be solved with just changing the location. The Aurora Co-op building has one room, and panels can't very easily be held on a stage in the showroom floor. One of the last things that I look at when I'm looking at a con, I don't really pay much attention to it, is the concessions. Most of the time, I avoid buying food at a Comic-Con. Typically, it's extremely overpriced. Not to mention, if I'm traveling to go to a convention, I might as well take in the cuisine from the local restaurants. Concessions at Grand Comic-Con were simple. It actually reminded me a lot of concession stands at some high school basketball games, but the prices were reasonable. Last, after taking everything else into consideration, I look at cost. The convention was priced well. It was free. I truthfully feel that the admission was actually too low. Yes, you heard me right. I feel like free is too low for this convention. $8 for adults, $2 for kids. I don't know, something a little bit more than just absolutely positively free. I, personally, would have paid $20 for a weekend pass. Why do I feel the price is too low? Even with just a small admission fee, the con could take more into the coffers and spend money on a venue made for this kind of event. For those of you familiar with Fauner Park in Grand Island, you know of the garbage parking lot, and I feel like the Grand Comic-Con goers deserve better than a room at the head of the State Fair's pig barn. Still, with that being said, from what I understand of its growth from its opening year, this con will grow, and I'm looking forward to seeing its growth in years to come. Well, that's what I got. If you are local to and went to Grand Comic-Con, leave me your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you like about the convention? What did you think could improve? Make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit like, and share it with your friends. Grand Island Comic-Con will come back with its Part 3 in 2020 on March 27th, 28th, and 29th. I look forward to seeing you there. And until next time, have fun.
Get back home again.